Howdy, Phantom. Welcome. I was chilling in VC with a couple of friends, and I completely lost track of the time. I was like, oh shit, I need I whoopsie. I was like, oh shit, I should have started streaming like 5 minutes ago. Howdy, Sophia. Welcome in. Actually, a lot better today. That's good. That's awesome. Welcome in. Welcome in. It's fine. Yeah. Well, yeah. No, I had my psychiatry appointment. I was talking to my psychiatrist. I was like, yeah, no, I've had a long week, or so. I'm kind of tired, but it's like a good tired because I've had like a very, I've been streaming a lot. And she was like, I don't know what that means. I was like, okay, well, here's what we're doing. But yeah. But then I got back and I was like, okay, I got like 20 minutes, so I might as well just like hang with some folks in VC for a bit before I stream, and then we got lost in the discussion. We got a little lost in the sauce, and so because of that, we were like, yeah, I just got a little lost in the sauce in the discussions about like we were talking about like fast food differences between countries, and because as an American, as somebody from the country where like fast food generally originates, I was like, yeah, our fast food sucks. And so we were having that whole discussion, and we were like deep in it. I was like, oh, I should have started streaming like 5 minutes ago. So, because yeah, our fast food is doo doo, is absolute dog water. Especially KFC. KFC is the one that makes me sad because like it's Kentucky Fried Chicken. Like Kentucky's is a shithole, but like I'm still weirdly patriotic about like the fact that the Colonel was like a person that we actually had, and it was like, it's weird. I am like one of the handful of things I am patriotic about is like Americans with Disabilities Act and like Colonel Sanders. But like KFC you don't go to anymore because it is awful. It is so unsanitary. The chicken itself is awful now. You don't go there anymore because it's terrible, and it makes me sad because it used to be one of like the places that you go. But like outside of the States, especially in Asia, they figured it out. Like they figured KFC out. It's great. Like they genuinely make good fucking good chicken in like Asian KFCs. It's so weird to me. And it just kind of makes me sad that like this innately American thing is being done. This will sound a little weird, but it's the fact that this innately American thing is being done so much better outside of our country. It kind of makes me sad, not because I'm mad at the other countries for doing it better than us, but because we're the ones that invented it. It's like, you know what I mean? Like it's just kind of sad. Someone jelly? Yes, no, straight up. I am jealous that other people decided to do it better than we did. Like we gave up. I'm jealous of other countries because they like in the United States we gave up on it. We gave up on making it work just for profit margins. You guys actually like give a shit about doing good food, or some other countries give a shit about doing good food for good prices and convenience. Right now it's just convenience, and that's it. It's just convenience. That's no, like it's not good anymore, and it's not cheap anymore. It just makes me sad. So yeah, no, I straight up just am jealous of y'all. But yeah, so we were talking about that, and then I got yeah. Well, best in slot for Yesha Wang yesterday. Now she feels good as fuck to play. Hell yes. It just like gives you credits for breathing and Genshin ZZ you're always broke. I mean, okay. I'm curious about like if you keep playing ZZZ, will you end? Because like, okay, Genshin, like a good chunk of the beginning of the game is a lot like the early to mid game you're always broke, but then you get into the late game and you just kind of accumulate so much Mora that even with large Mora sinks, you have enough to survive and to recover. I wonder if you'll ever get to that point in ZZZ. Is like, will like longtime players just accumulate so much shit? Late games Zenless, you have most units built so you can work. Exactly. Yeah. It's like, I wonder if like it'll be. You'll eventually get to the point where, you have so much that, like my bank account in Genshin is so big that fully building a character is barely noticeable. If we're not talking about discs, true. That is good. That's a good point. Discs are a pain in the ass. But then you also have the music store. So how much of a pain is it really? I don't know. I didn't play Zenless enough to really get into the relic, into the disc thing. It's the same as crafting relics. Okay. Yeah, I didn't play Zenless for long enough to really dig into that part. Howdy, yes, welcome in. And have a good night. Just mental DPS relaxing out of the music store to craft disc for support. Yeah, okay. Alrighty. Let us hop into things properly this time. Unfortunately, no more training game for today, at least. We will probably keep playing training games throughout the week, but oh, okay, here's a funny thing. So our I put this in the training game will probably return like Thursday, since I'm not streaming tomorrow. Keep that in mind. But train game will probably return on Thursday if everything happens. Different train game, yeah, exactly. Let me actually swap. I'm so discombobulated. I'm tired. Studio mode. Transition. There we go. Okay. So it was funny though because I put this in the gaming channel in the Discord. The fact that our play group is in the fucking special thanks for the mod pack. Our official credit is what is it? The official credit is now special thanks to the DR Harvey Transportation Limited for being psychopaths. Because Resolin, we invited Resolin, the developer of the pack, to our server to just kind of talk to a little bit, just to have them on board. Get it? Because like, it is very likely that we play that mod pack more than possibly anybody else. And so, you know, we wanted to put up like a line of communication with Resolin because we know the game probably better than, like, our group is more familiar with Resolin's implementation of the game more than anybody. And so we kind of opened up that line of communication. They fucking put us the credits. It's really funny. Howdy, Nick's welcome in. Let us get going here. Clean up all of my notifications. And we shall hop back into things. What the fuck? Clear out all of my notifs. Yeah, that's one of my, that's the best fucking credit line we could have gotten is for being psychopaths, because we are very normal about this game. We are very normal about Train Game. And our just obscene levels of understanding of this game, the level at which we play it. Because, like, not many people would consider, like, at a very casual level, bartender, the role of the bartender is not very broken, because, you know, having a get out of jail free card, you are immune to 1 kill attempt, seems reasonable until you consider we have people that can clear an entire game if they get vigilante. And so making them immune to kill attempts is just gay breaking. So we're like, yeah, no, you probably rethink this. Okay, anyways, enough about that train game. Let's talk about this good train game. Let's talk about this. Let's get going. Yo, for Bubba Weekly Editorial. This is what we're here for. Let's go talk to people. Okay, Himiko is move on, so we get to move to everybody else. We talk to everybody else first.
Greetings, Benefactor. It's been many days since we met in Penacony,
Let me pour my tea.
and I've been thinking of you day and night.
I don't... We continue the story? Yes, I am. I am, in fact, continuing the story because I've got... Oh, yeah. Well, seems like the campaign. It is. Okay. I'm struggling with this fucking overlay because whenever I go live, it doesn't seem like it updates properly. I believe the campaign is like... I don't think we ever get notifications while we're live, which is so weird to me. I don't know. Hold on. Let me pull up the Tiltified link. Updates. Nope, that is for that. There we go. Streamers for Dreamers. So currently the campaign is at 2,178.72. Okay, so it has update. Yeah, I mean, it updates whenever I restart OBS, which is weird. So right now it is updated, but it desyncs whenever anybody donates, I think, unless I have done something to fix it. It's weird. I don't know. But yeah, no, we're doing really good. 3 days in and we're 2,000 in. It's stupid.
Though my skills are meager, Madame Yao praised my resolve to kill my enemies, saying that was just the variable she sought. That's why she assigned me to temporarily serve under her command for this expedition. And look at that. It's brought us back together again. What fortune. I wished I could travel with you longer back in Penacony, Benefactor. After all, I've yet to reclaim the opportunities Phantilia stole from me.
What kind of person is Madame Meow?
Hard to say. Like the divinations she casts, she's a riddle shrouded in fog. Apart from the ever-absent Patina Justice, she's likely the most mysterious of the Arbiter Generals.
Patina Justice Yo. Why is Yo always absent? That's weird. How is Madame Ya treating you?
I'm sure there's no mortal danger. Please forgive my jest, benefactor. Being around Madame Yao has gotten me into the habit of cracking jokes all the time. Her actions may seem inscrutable,
Bonk.
but she always provides what you need ahead of time. That's why even those who grumble still carry out her orders with diligence. In truth, doesn't she seem more like a shrewd merchant than a diviner? But then, when have any Arbiter Generals ever been ordinary?
God, your voice is nice. I'm done. The more I hear Tingen talk, the more I'm like, good lord, your voice is
Don't
nice.
go back on your word, benefactor. We can find a local bar and share a drink while we chat. Madame Yao instructed me to meet her at our agreed spot if she disappears. It's growing late, so I'll take my leave now.
But yeah, I also needed something like I'm playing this too because I needed something that I can like zone out a little bit too, because you know, 2 8-hour streams 2 days in a row, it takes a lot out of you. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do a little bit of a shorter stream today, and then I'm also gonna just be I need to play a game that I need to stream something that I can just kind of like relax to a little bit. I could vibe out to. I could just kind of chill. Don't have to really think too hard about it. And I have my break day tomorrow, so like I can vibe out a little bit here. Sunny, can I take a look at your mask?
Sure.
Sunny, as in like Skrillex?
In Penacony's decorative arts, ravens often symbolize the hidden...
I love the nickname Sunny, that's cute. Yeah, both, I think yesterday was just short of 8 hours, but like close enough, right? It was like 750 or something. And then Sunday was just straight up 8 hours. It was bad.
Don't worry. I once tried to ascend to godhood myself. I won't be dazzled by the honor of an audience with a deity.
Don't worry, we remember that.
Taking part in this grand event is also about gaining a deeper understanding.
Yeah,
of
7
this
hours 54
arcade
yesterday.
Just as one cannot miss the Charmony Festival when visiting Penacony. There's no rule saying that supplicants of the Phantasmoon Games have to fight each other, right? On the contrary, for the elation, shouldn't laughter be a resonance that comes from within each other's hearts?
So what's the deal with this mask anyways?
After putting it on, I seem to hear curious voices. The mask.
The voices!
whispers to me, urging me to show my elation to the god, to create miracles that will make the people of the Arcadia laugh with joy.
Do you think the MC will win the Phantasmoon Games? Okay. It feels like the most obvious choice, yeah. But I think, something that I think that they do too, is... They do this kind of with Genshin too, but it feels like they kind of avoid making the Trailblazer the center of any given story. They're very close to the center, but they aren't the absolute center, because you have to think like Amphorius, not really. The center of Amphorius was Cyrene and Phynon. The center of Penacony was Robin. The center of the Shenzhou was more Danheng than anybody. Center of Yurilo was probably, you could say, Bronya. So like they're very good at making the Trailblazer just tangential to the center of any given story. But when it comes to like the overarching story of everything going on, yes, no, the Trailblazer is the center of it. But like, so I don't. If they do win the Phantasmoon Games, I would expect it to be like they win the Phantasmoon Games, but after the Phantasmoon Games like stopped mattering, I guess. Like I can imagine like the scale of this story kind of ballooning to the point where the Phantasmium games kind of fall out of focus. And so like you get to the point in the story where like, oh yeah, no, we won. Okay, anyways. Sort of situation. Like aside from that, I don't think so. I think they're gonna make it so somebody else wins. But like we are a reason why they do, I guess.
That's a good one. When that general, Yao Guang, shows up again, I should discuss our collaboration plans with her. Good luck.
I wouldn't expect us to win just purely out of the fact that we, HSR's writers tend to make the Trailblazer stay on the periphery of planet side stories.
I understand Miss Himiko's intentions. I'll leave March and Mr. Yang in your care.
Yes, please. Yeah, Walter, I don't care about. March, yes. About Blade.
Blade's appearance means the Stellaron hunters are also on the move in this world.
Aren't they always?
From everything we've seen, this mission to play in Arcadia is of the utmost.
I will accompany General Yao Guang to uncover the Stellaron hunters' schemes. Whatever happens this time, I hope it won't put any of you in danger. I'll do my best to make sure of that.
About March and Walter.
What? Those two are trapped in the school, forced to become a student and teacher? And the security officers are turning a blind eye to all this? Though March and Mr. Yang don't seem in mortal danger for now, who knows what Sparksea is plotting. The longer we delay, the worse it could get. Better to rescue them as soon as possible.
Yeah, what if Blade's just plan B for Elio? B stands for Blade.
What a bizarre ceremony.
When in doubt, Elio always has
really
plan Blade.
People of this place. Why would AHA promote such a game?
Because he finds it funny. They find it funny. What else do you think it would fucking be, Don Hong? Do you know what Eon you're talking about here? They are literally absurdism. Like, in like, if God was like Camus' biggest fan, that's what AHA would be. It's like they do things just because they think it's fun. Like, what the fuck?
Whatever happens, keep me posted on how things go.
Like, what are you doing? They don't need a reason for this shit.
The IPC, Masked
It's
Fools,
Akivile
the
Kamo.
Cienjo General, the Stellaron Hunters, and the Nameless. Some came for the Alliance. Some for the Eon's game. Whatever their reasons, a storm is brewing in the skies.
Yeah, AHA
of
is
this
Camus,
world.
Akivile South. It's really interesting what... I am actually kind of curious to see if AHA is just going to end up straight up being absurdist. Like, or absurdism in as like a god. Because I think that would actually be really cool. The idea of like a god ascends, or like somebody, a being ascends to Eon Hood and realize that, oh yeah, no, there really is no purpose, so I'm just gonna fuck around because that's fun. There was a time when he took drugs or some stuff and it made him experience psychosis for a couple months. It doesn't surprise me. That does not surprise me in the slightest. Not because it was Camus, but because it was like early 20th century. But also because it was Camus. He's French. That happens.
But at least we got some good news. Sunday has joined the Phantasmoon Games. He can help us in our showdown against Sparksea. Let's rendezvous with Sparkle at the tavern. We must uncover why Sparksea entered the Phantasmoon Games, and what sort of Sparksicon she's got planned for Graphia Academy.
Fatal Hallucination for 2 months and inspired him to write one of his books. I still need to finish The Stranger. I started reading it, but
When I was little,
need to
I
finish
heard
it.
a few urban legends. They say the entrance to the tavern exists behind every single door in this land. But those who aren't invited, or haven't found their destined path, can never step inside.
I had to read for school. I think I just got distracted with other stuff. I need to read it. I've started slowly getting back into reading because I fell hard out of reading. So like I finished a William Faulkner short story, which is really good. And I'm slowly reading more before bed. I'm reading more of Dream of the Red Chamber. I'm getting close to finishing that. So eventually I might try it again. But there's also a couple books I want to reread. I want to reread V by Thomas Pynchon. I want to reread. I need to finish The Museum of Innocence. I never actually really finished that one. It's just a handful. I want to reread too.
This time, we already have the Fool's invitation in hand. As for the key to open the door, there's a silly rhyme on the back of the business card. For revelry and drinks galore, no need to search from door to door. Heed the fool's riddle with care to find the key that leads you there.
Yeah, the Riddlers again.
So, about the fool's riddle.
Long time ago, you scoffed to yourself, who even remembers after all this time? But you do remember. When Sparkle first met you, she told you a riddle.
Whether they look up or down, the moon that humanity gazes upon in the sky is always the same Phantom moon.
Yeah, finish another night so I can read the Ring of Nibelung. Yeah. There's a bunch that I want to do. I want to read. Because I also got the first book of Journey to the West. So I just have that shit sitting on my shelf. I have the new Pynchon novel, which I want to read, which genuinely was a surprise. I walk into the bookstore and look at the new releases table at the front of the Barnes & Noble, and I was like, no fucking way there's a new Pynchon novel. When did that come out? I honestly would not be surprised if I was honestly thinking he would never release a novel after Bleeding Edge because he was getting so fucking old. I didn't realize he had it in him to write another one. Because that guy's like in his 90s. And he just pumps out another fucking book. I'm like, okay.
Looking up makes sense, but looking down?
I wouldn't.
How exactly do you gaze at the sky?
Yeah, no, Pynchon is fucking old. I actually don't know if he's in his 90s, but he's getting up there. Pynchon is 88 years old. My dude's getting up there. And so but now at this point I'm like, I would not be surprised in the slightest if the next time we hear the next time Thomas Pynchon is in the news is when he dies. Because his last book, Bleeding Edge, was in 2013. And then Shadow Ticket just came out last year. I was like, what the fuck? So I'm like, okay, sure, whatever. So I have that to read.
Oh, it seems fate ties you to the tavern. I get it now. The answer is Dovebrook.
Yeah, I thought he was done writing. I was like, that makes me sad that his last book was his style that I'm not a huge fan of. I'm not a huge fan of his detective novels. Especially the entire concept of Bleeding Edge was I'm not too interested in it. Okay, all of his books are kind of detective novels.
Generations ago,
are all kind of
Dovebrook
mysteries.
was already a river
But Bleeding Edge was
flowing
very
with
film
countless
noir
legends.
almost.
It's no surprise the door to the tavern lies hidden among them.
Like Bleeding Edge and Inherent Vice were both very like film
Legend
noir
has it
in their
that the
style.
master painter Graphic
They're like,
once drew water from the
atmosphere.
Dovebrook to wash her
So I wasn't
paintbrushes.
really too into it.
Later
I loved his
artists
really
followed
stupid
suit.
like.
Hence its other name, the Painter's Stream.
I like his other vibes. So like the stuff that he wrote in the 90s with like V and Crying a Lot 49. Like I kind of preferred that more.
Looking at Dovebrook's scenery.
But Inherent Vice is kind of going back to his sillier,
Memories
goofier
from my
stuff.
student days just come flooding back.
Mama Himiko is reminiscing. Tell me, I want to hear all about it.
They're not exactly
Yeah, what's he doing?
interesting memories.
Bet.
Back then, Dovebrook District was teeming with gangs. There were hooligans running around everywhere.
Hooligans.
And some really loved messing with the students.
Hooligans. What a word for a white woman.
I was taller than my peers and happened to be training in martial arts. To stand up for my juniors, I would occasionally get into scraps with the thugs on the streets. The people who fell into the Dovebrook River would cover the surface like bean sprouts in noodle soup. It all feels like it was just yesterday.
That's a little dark. So you're saying there were so many fucking bodies in the water? That's okay.
Sometimes the thugs fell in. Other times, I took the plunge myself. Back then, I was a bundle of restless energy. The teachers always said I was like a wind-up toy that never stopped banging its drums and cymbals, stirring up a commotion wherever I went.
My parents used to call me the Energizer Bunny when I was growing up. Because I was the same way. They would call me the Energizer Bunny because when I woke up, as soon as I woke up in the morning, I would be go, 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 go until it was bedtime. I would just shut off. HD, yep, no, exactly. it was really funny. But like, I relate. I know what it's like.
In the blink of an eye, 15 years have passed. Hard to believe someone as reckless and willful as me became the navigator of the Astral Express.
It must be strange for her to be in like her mid-30s and to already have like teenage daughters. Posh Wild Roughneck and grew to a calm, elegant, motherly lady. I kind of love that character archetype. Of like, especially the people that because it's really cool, if not a little bit bland, Bildungsroman sort of story arc of coming into one's own as an adult, maturing and growing from Wild Roughneck to calm and elegant, but also the fact that like she still has a little bit of that energy, wildness in her. It's just she's learned how to channel that into trailblazing. Like, I think that's really cool. I think that's a really fun like take on maturity. Instead of it being like you have to conform to society to be calm and elegant, it's more you found a way of becoming calm and elegant through channeling your energy to something else. Like I think that's really neat.
Now's not the time to wax sentimental.
Yes, it is.
We've reached the banks of the Dovebrook.
But yeah, but then like if you get on the wrong side, she'll still whack you with a pizza cutter. Exactly. Imagine, I love the idea that in order to get into the tavern, you have to just fucking like clip through the fucking. You have to clip through a corner. To clip through reality, like you're going to the fucking back rooms.
According to the business card,
Oh, interesting.
Tavern is near the Sinwish Syndicate headquarters. Let's check the other side of the river.
Oh. What? Yay. Okay. Wacky. I just want to see him interact. Boop. There's something up here? Excuse me? What the fuck? it's like a fucking Mario. Oh, that is a Mario reference. Okay, that's so cool.
Hey folks, have y'all heard the joke about the Dove Brook? One day, a criminal escaped from prison. He ran for his life, but just when freedom seemed within reach, the Dove Brook blocked his path. With his pursuers closing in, the man prayed to the river. I am hammered by the law, stained with filth. Oh, pure flowing waters, please do not swallow me. A voice from the Dove Brook replied, "There's a pedestal of light upon the water. Step on it and you can cross." The criminal wept. What pedestal of light? It's only the moon mirrored on the water, an image that shatters at a touch. If I step on it. The Dove Brook said, "You're not hammered at all. Otherwise, how could you still tell the moon from a pedestal?" It's fine. You don't have to buy me a drink as long
Yeah, I don't know what he's on about, but whatever. I'm not gonna judge.
That joke sounds like a hint. Maybe if we find the
Conveniently
friend,
placed
we'll
NPC.
find the way into the tavern.
The moon's
No, I think we just need to. They should make it so like in order to find the tavern, you just have to clip into the back rooms. Which I'm excited for that movie.
Sparkles, we've gazed at the sky already. From this angle, the moon's reflection is right here. If what the card says is true, and the fool's riddle is the key, come on. Let's take a closer look at this.
Let's take
Keep
a
going.
closer look.
Chase that moon's reflection.
Imagine not having character techniques prepared. Well, I mean, why would I not? Why would I press them if we're not about to fight something?
Looks like the fools are shatter the moonlock, and we're one step closer to the tavern.
This is just making me want to play Celeste. I'll be so straight up.
Let's try again. Something's back there. Is that a key? The moon is about to break. Let's try again.
The moon.
The key has dissolved into the water. The water's surface is about to change. Look, the tavern's shadow has appeared.
Ooh, that's neat. Celeste stream? Maybe. I actually don't. I could. I would just have to replay Farewell. You could see me suffer through Farewell, I guess, if I did do that. Jaron's like, no, that's honestly perfectly fair. That is perfectly fair.
Give it some some sunshine and the color will get even prettier.
At least you tried it, honestly.
This path ahead, we should reach the top.
It makes me happy that you at least tried it. Those 5 technique points are greedy. I mean, I am the kind of person that will save.
I almost forgot. You're a full-fledged trailblazer now.
I'm the kind of person that hoards potions until the end of the game. Like I'm bad at not spending resources that a game gives me. The tavern. Acheron's just over there.
So this is the World's End Tavern.
I was expecting it to be more. When I hear tavern, I think like I imagine the Masked Fool's like hangout spot to be like the players from the beginning of Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead. Like that sequence at the beginning of that film. You know, it was first mentioned like at the very beginning of the game. We've known about the tavern since 1.0, from like 1. Probably 1.1, 1.2.
No. Allow me to correct you. If you think this is all there is to the tavern, you're sorely mistaken.
Probably was Ethereum Wars. No, it was before that because remember Sampo? Sampo had the whole like tell the weird fourth wall break that we ever got in this game. It was like the tell the boys and girls at the tavern I said hi or whatever. Hold on. It made me think of this. Display capture of this sequence from Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead. Like the vibe that I had. Oh shit! No, it's Is there like a longer version of the sequence? No. No, because there's this sequence in this movie that is the beginning sequence of Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead had the vibe that I was thinking of when I imagined the tavern of it being like much more rustic than this.
Like a single grape on a great bunch. This is just the part where the tavern connects to this one.
To be fair, this could be. This is extra, but I mean, he is also saying that like this is just like a corner of the tavern, so what like it almost feels like the tavern is like a pocket dimension almost, and like it's as lavish and glitzy as this because this planet is very lavish and glitzy.
Sorry.
Hi, Gendo.
This looks like a regular lounge.
The so-called plain Arcadia isn't really an
They call you
Arcadia
Xiaoguang.
either,
Aw.
but who's complaining? Life
Oh, it's the
goes
guy.
on, doesn't it?
Oh, it's our failure. If anybody is allowed to be called the girl failure, it's this guy.
You're looking for something that's true to its name.
Ashvale, that's his name.
Ride on the Astral Express. Funny thing is, it's literally a train. You know, can't find a single trace of astronautical engineering on it.
Girl failure, Ashvale.
Wait, you to our navigator of the Astral Express and the raccoon on board.
You just
right?
shut up, Castle's raccoon. Okay.
I seen you in the news.
Nice to meet you. I'm not denying that. Stella's raccoon.
Friends, a big shot is here. A real knee slapper incoming.
Astronautical engineering is Himiko's major. Huh.
Everyone, curb your curiosity. These two are my guests. Even the most mischievous among you should know when to stop and mind.
What the fuck is Ryuji doing here?
Well, if it isn't Little Sparkle. We've all heard, take the mask from a masked fool, and what's left but a fool?
Oh my! Wouldn't a masked fool be better off without the fool? An empty mask sounds even better, no?
Did she just like snap him out of existence? That's hilarious, actually. Get fucked. Get deleted, bitch. That's really funny. I love that, actually. This was a triumph. Making a note here.
Don't take an idiot's
Here's
words too
success.
seriously. Unless you want to join them.
No, please. Thank you. For real?
Alright. Now I can finally entertain my guests without interruptions. You two, this way. Let's talk about the imposter.
Bum 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 bum. Boom boom. What is Akron doing over here? Oh, it's a card. It's okay. Okay, got it.
Alright, you two.
It's the card game.
First round's on me. What'll it be?
We're not here to drink. Time's ticking. Did you find anything on Sparksy?
Don't pull a long face. You'll sour the vintage in the cask. While you were gone, diligent little Sparkle was gathering intel non-stop.
I wish it was a real
and
TCG.
didn't waste a single minute.
It's funny. So my brother snaps me the other day. He was like, he was telling me, it was like, help, because his wife bought a booster box of Pokemon, and my brother was like, help me, I need to talk her out of it. And I was like, dude, you're coming to me to say not to spend money on a fucking on a card game? Have you met me? I was like, I'm going to enable that, if anything.
Sparksy. She did come here disguised as me.
Of course you
I
did.
called Giovanni. You might not remember him. He's the poor sap who drew the short straw to manage the storage area recently. Old Gio told me that a week ago, I came here.
About a week ago. Sorry.
Among them was a vial of mimetic virus.
Oh, shit. Unfortunately, I support. Yeah, no, that was pretty much me. I was like, I'm supporting this poor financial decision. Especially considering both of them have, like, pretty decent paying jobs. I was like, I'm a college student. I would love to have a job that would enable me to buy fucking, like booster boxes of shit. I've wanted to buy a fucking booster box of Magic since, like, middle school, dude. You're living the dream. I am enabling that. because I'm jealous, if anything.
Mimetic virus.
Also, hell yeah.
No wonder she could take over Graphia Academy and distort March and Weld's cognition, making them believe they're a student and teacher.
She wants to turn everybody into fools?
Close enough. The so-called Sparksicon is a front for spreading a mimetic
It's
virus.
literally a fucking war crime. Okay, sure. She wants to. Welcome to Honkai Star Rail, where we are just straight up violating the Geneva Conventions now. Like, what the fuck? I'm okay. We probably have violated the Geneva Conventions up to this point, but this is like the most the most gross example of that, because this is like just straight up violating biological warfare. This is unethical warfare at this point. Dude, let me into my fucking container of mangoes, dude. For some reason, the container I bought of dried mangoes just does not want to open. Come on, dude. Yeah, dude, Christ. I just want fucking mangoes, dude. Let her go over mangoes. There we go. Dried mangoes, because I need a little bit of fruit in my life.
Knowing that isn't enough, what type of mimetic virus is she spreading? What are the symptoms? We need more on her plans and actions before we can counter it.
Thought of that already. So I visited a few friends and learned where the imposter's been haunting. To dig up details, we'll have to get hands-on.
Lead the way, then.
Let's move. Stay close.
The man's wary gaze sizes up the young person before him for a moment. He offers a slight nod in greeting. Your curious gaze circles him. Is that thing by his side a talking monkey?
Oh no, it's not that weird. We've seen them. A slumber and a monkey?
What's that?
Kid, I believe you're confusing me with some other primates you've met.
Sorry, my mistake.
This man's fucking pretty. See, my opinions on this man is what my opinions on Boot Hill probably would have been if he wasn't like a cowboy stereotype. I'm gonna be so real.
Abandon all despair, ye who enter. If you want to pass, then amuse me. By the way, hate to ask, you're not a hardened sailor.
That'd be really funny.
Isn't this the Tavern of the Elation? Don't you welcome the laughter, gracing you with their presence?
You're wrong. It's not that they are unwelcome. See that? The fools put up a sign over there. Aha! And morning actors stay clear from the door. Stay clear!
That's interesting.
Ridiculous as it sounds, it's true. After 666 invitations to Aha went unanswered, the younger fools voted to expel the laughter from the Path of Elation.
They can do that? The Elation as a path really just is fucking anarchy. Like, that's like... It's just pure anarchy. I love that. Welcome to the tavern. We're all anarchists here. Fuck leadership.
Oh, I get it. It's like students expelling a teacher from a classroom. The action is meaningless. The message is loud and clear, though.
Anarchy and anarchism are different things. I mean, there are different ways of interpreting the term anarchy. From my understanding, there are okay, yeah. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying from my understanding, I thought anarchy is a term that you can use to describe the state of being that anarchists want, which is lack of institutionalized leadership, right? I believe is definitely not the correct wording for it, but that is what I've understood. I thought anarchy was just a way of describing it, of describing that state of nature of, yeah, no hierarchy, exactly. I thought you could use the term anarchy to describe that. Anarchy does have the connotation of chaos in certain situations, yes, but I thought you could use the word anarchy to describe what an anarchist wants, which is no hierarchy. Also, howdy Sam, welcome in. How have you been doing? I've been doing good. I'm fucking exhausted because I have streamed for 17 hours over the past 3 days, but like, we're good.
All right, Mr. Doorway. I assure you
This is
that
also
none of
yeah,
us
true.
three
Fair
is
enough.
Aha, and none is a morning actor.
Oh, it's Sparkle. Is it really Sparkle? It's not someone else pretending to be Sparkle. I can't tell, and I don't care.
But they are anarchists. Like, they fucking hate those. Holy crap, don't forget to take plenty of rest. That is what tomorrow is for. Tomorrow is my day off because I have really weird class schedule on Wednesdays, so I'm not streaming tomorrow. But I do have classes. But gotta get those streams up. We're doing charity. Like, come on.
Listen up, Greg.
Maximize that ad rev.
If you want me to open, pay the toll with saying a joke. I've been waiting for the one joke that can cure my melancholy.
Well, I sure do have the joke for you. Do you have 20 minutes? I have the perfect joke for you. It's longer than do you have 35 minutes on hand to spare? It's a great joke. It just takes a while. Because like, if you got 35 minutes, then I can tell you the greatest joke ever. We have similar jokes in English. Take different forms, but for English, it's kind of like depends on the schoolyard, pretty much. Now my favorite joke, I might have talked about it on stream before, but it's one of my favorite things ever. Is this masterpiece of the Ben Wheeler horse joke. And it's this dude over 35 minutes over 2 sessions because they have to take a break to do in the middle. They have to take a break to do like, yeah, over here. They have to take a break to do charity, like auction stuff. But 35-minute long joke. I love showing this to people. If you ever have the time, look up the Ben Wheeler horse joke and just watch the entire thing. It is a masterpiece of storytelling. I'm not joking. It's so good. Please watch it. If you ever do watch it, please let me know your reaction.
What are you going to do?
I'm gonna break you open.
Lamau.
Didn't expect you to have the pull to get me into the tavern. As expected of a detective's assistant.
Back when I still had a sense of humor, a fool gave me an invitation. You can thank him for that.
Like 4 Miyabi Fanta cans? Hell yeah, keep those for like forever and then sell them for like $1 billion in like 10 years or something. I don't know. Here's a question: who has actually seen an Aeon to draw pictures of them? That's a good question. So I would imagine some of them they have genuinely not been seen before by somebody who is able to render them like. Because like you have to think like Aha's true form hasn't been seen by at least by anybody who would be able to render them accurately, and that's why their art in game is like just a bunch of masks, right?
You're really going to see the Stellaron Hunter case through? They can only pay you in dirty money, you know.
But it's a lot of dirty money. And there's a beautiful thing called laundering. I mean, okay, to be fair, he does run a business. He does run like a business. It probably wouldn't be hard to launder the money that he has with like connections or whatever. Just saying. Probably would not be hard to launder that money.
What else can I do? The boys need the money. Credits aren't black or white, they're ones and zeros.
You just said the same thing, my guy. Okay. I love Asheville so much.
All right. I reached out to Costide. He said that one of the 3 people who stole the mask looked familiar. He might have seen them in the news.
I love Asheville so much. He's so stupid. He's funny, but like in a way that he doesn't realize that he's being. It's great.
Based on his description, I spent ages
Such a girl failure.
sketching the suspect's
Love this man.
And I suspect it might be Dan Heng, the nameless from the Astral Express.
Costide. We owe him another favor. No paying this one back, huh? Speaking of which, Dan Heng. That's a Xianzhou name, isn't it? Where have I heard that name before? It sounds so familiar. So, which of these 3 is Dan Heng? The one with gray hair? The redhead? Or that black-haired girl who looks like she's ready to stir up trouble at any moment?
Ah, yes, my favorite girl, Dan Heng. I also love the fact that Blythe went from voicing evil fuck-ass villains to dumbass girl failure that probably didn't even like graduate high school. like I love this man.
No, don't tell me yet. Let me guess. I know a bit of the Xianzhou language. The word done can mean red.
No?
Done.
What the fuck are you talking about?
It's the lady with red hair, right?
Dan Heng hopped on estrogen.
Your deduction skills never fail to impress. Fine, I'll just give you the answer. None of these three is Dan Heng. Do you even watch the news?
Dan Heng uses he, she pronouns, so true. It reminds me of that, so, good news, my liege. I have some bad news, my liege. Wait, no, how did it go? What was the post? It was like, okay, my liege, I have good news. The prince is very confident in themselves now. In bad news, they have been practicing curtsies in the mirror. And like, it's like 3 weeks later. So the prince came out and now they are the princess. But as soon as they did, they got abducted by the dragon. And now she's locked in a tower. And so we can't do anything about it. It's like, I don't know why that reminded me of that. Like, I love the idea of like medieval dragons being just incredibly gender affirming. It's like, okay, yeah, trans princess, but like as soon as they come out, like as soon as they come out, is like bust through the wall like the fucking Kool-Aid man and abduct that bitch.
TV, newspapers, the internet, it's all fake news. What do you expect me to look at?
So true. New slang words popped on Twitter, by the way, extra genuinely and testosterone, honestly. Fucking Twitter,
Let's
okay.
get down to business. I couldn't find any trace of Dan Heng's actions. It's like someone wiped them clean.
Yeah, no, they did. It was the government that did it too, so it's even better than you would expect.
So I decided to try a different approach. Keep tabs on the other members of the Express crew. Maybe following their trail will lead to clues about the mask.
Yeah, no, okay. This is actually really interesting because I think the only person on the Astral Express that has a traceable past is Himeko. I think. Right? Because Walter is from Earth, which is fucked. March is March. Stell was... Well, but like Walter is... Okay. But yeah, Walter comes from Earth, which is, from what I understand, weirdly separated from the rest of the universe for reasons that are kind of implied, but not like really confirmed, right? So it would be very, like, you could trace his past, but it would be very hard. Stell is Stell. March is March. Dan Heng had like his entire existence wiped by the Xianzhou. I mean, Sunday kind of is a part of the Express right now. He's kind of like an honorary member at this point. And then like Pom Pom, right? Like the only person that actually has a traceable past is really Himeko. Sparkle's on Mars. Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of where I'm going with this, is like Walter is technically, yes, has a past that you could figure it out if you stumbled upon HI3 Earth. But the problem is stumbling upon HI3 Earth. Like it's something that's not easy to do because Honkai is fucking weird.
Nice work, Mr. Ren. They're heading deeper into the tavern. Follow me.
I see, gray hair. The tavern not inviting you sooner was their loss.
Okay, are we getting into more what I was expecting out of the tavern?
Is the drink in these barrels really brewed from jokes?
Yep. You know your stuff, man.
Just heard some rumors, that's all.
Himeko, okay, never mind. I also love the fact that like Himeko just has incredible street smarts. You know, I did not expect the tavern to be a fucking rave. Like, okay.
Where's this?
I love this though.
Ta-da! Welcome to the dazzling lights of the Bliss Star. The heart of the tavern, Plain Arcadia's dazzling dance floor. There are some masked fools who consider this place the secret to keeping the laughter going.
Okay, here's in my head, ever since 1.0, in my head the masked fools have been more, I think it's just because they use the drama masks. I have always pictured them as rustic like thespians instead of party animals, if that makes sense. Like when I think of the tavern, I always thought of it as like the I always imagined it as like as something from like Monty Python and the Holy Grail sort of situation with like the Camelot sequence, right? Like, but like in that time period, but a tavern of that time period, not a castle. Like that's what I picture in my head. It's like the Camelot sequence from Holy Grail, where it's like silly and goofy, but it's more rustic. I didn't expect this.
If life's cruel, don't beg for fairness. Dance! Shake away that sadness until it's all well mixed with the joy in your body. That huge light orb up there. For a tavern, it's as essential as the Phantom Moon in the sky. If we get the chance, I can take you inside for a real eye-opener.
Isn't that what they're like? Isn't like Disco Ball like a trademark name or something?
Speaking of which, 2 months ago, some idiot, after downing hundreds of drinks, had the bright idea to knock it down with a super overlord spinning top.
Michael Malloy ass.
So, we had to reinforce the Bliss Star with a steel frame around it, and seal it inside the world in canvas. Aha! Take care! Weren't they banned from the tavern? And given the laughter's personality, if they took care of it, they'd just egg someone on to blow the place sky high.
Fair enough.
This fool you're talking about, it wouldn't happen to be Sparksy, would it?
If it were, I'd already be tied to that light orb as the scapegoat.
I also hate, okay, I kind of wish that the music here was a little bit more, a little bit less early 2000s. Like early 2000s mom's conception of dance music. I wish it was like actual like club dance music, like less something you would hear in Geometry Dash and more like Charlotte Dovita set style. Like, yeah, you two are sleeping on pick. I've tried. Okay. I've tried it a couple of times. I think the reason why Disco Elysium doesn't click for me is I'd rather just read a fucking book. Like, it's so well written, and I understand, like, I get that, but it's just, I feel like I'd rather not have to think about how to progress and think about how, like, have that. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard for me to like describe and put to words right off the bat, but I've tried it. I think the issue I have with it is the fact that I just rather read a fucking. I wish it was a book instead. I guess.
Anyway, the next stop the Golden Confessional. The eyewitness says Sparksy was there.
The Golden Confessional? What kind of place is that?
A place where you can let go of all your worries. Well,
there is? Oh shit.
Let's go see it
Oh,
for
okay.
yourself.
Disco Elysium book universe. Okay. Yeah, because like the more I play Disco Elysium, the more I'm like, I wish I didn't have to worry about progressing and solving puzzles and doing anything because it's so well written. I want to just read it without any of the friction that comes from.
Let me show you how to open a path. Play according to the sheet music, and the path will naturally open up.
Okay, what? Oh, can I not fucking... Okay.
The steel frame actually opened.
It's just so well written. I wish I didn't have to deal with the friction of regular progression. I wish I could just fucking read the story and read the dialogue without having to deal with finding it. I think is the big thing. And like obviously it's a video game. You can't replace a video game with a book, but it's just I think that's one of the reasons why it loses me as easy as it does is because
So many sinks? Why bring us here?
Ma'am, that is 8 sinks. That's not that many. You good, ma'am? Do you have like one too many to drink there? Okay, cool. Base makes bathrooms though.
Witnesses say a week ago, I came to the bar, knocked back a few shots.
Celestial Jade? They play Celestial Jade here. Ooh, it seems like it has somewhere to go.
The Golden Confessional is an emergency shelter for fools who've had one drink too many. Here, we shed our excess baggage before marching light-footed into the next second.
Wait, isn't this just a bathroom?
The Golden
No fucking way.
Golden Confessional. Not
No
some random
fucking way.
Well, if it isn't my old friend. Sparkle said you'd be coming to the tavern. Old Sampo's heart is bursting with joy.
It's fucking Sampo Costa.
And the teensy bit of sorrow. How did Sparkle beat me to inviting my #1 bestie to the tavern for a drink?
How did you get back in here? I thought you lost your mask, my guy. Also, okay, wonderful sound effects. You know what this fucker sound reminds this. After however many years of playing this game, this dude reminds me of Ish. His voice sounds like Ish. I don't like that. I don't like the fact that it sounds like it's fucking Ish in my goddamn Star game. My anime game.
Hello, Miss Himiko. Long time no see.
Mr. Sampo, hello. What business brings you here this time?
No business. Just here to repay an old favor.
Ms. Fool here sent me a message asking for H-E-L-P. Someone's been parading around the tavern impersonating her.
Maybe you're being maybe you're the impersonator, Sampo. Wouldn't be the first time.
Well, now, this is some juicy news. Miss Sparkle's usually the one impersonating others, but look how the tables have turned. The trickster's getting a taste of her own medicine.
Shush, Sampo. I brought you here to repay a favor, not to gossip about me.
Oh, I've suffered the embarrassment of losing my mask myself. Thanks to Miss Sparkle's mercy, I didn't end up stranded, so here I am today, ready to help you out. No questions asked.
All right.
That was a very ominous no question asked.
Get to work?
Naturally, we'll fish around in these thrones where humans dump their worries and find the worries that Miss Sparksy left behind.
You want us to unclog your...
I'm not joking. Don't be too shocked, you two. Let me share a little secret about how we masked fools.
I don't know what to feel about this.
Lifter like bombs first drop and all the harmful memoria in your body. Yeah, that's how fools pull pranks and have a blast without a shred of guilt.
It's just called a laxative, my dude. Yeah, no, exactly. Especially because I work so closely with, like, all things considered, I've worked so closely with that fucker. I hear his voice more than most people. It's weird. It's really weird to, like, hear this guy and be, like, eerily reminded of Ish.
So, all that memoria has settled under this bathroom. And you want to sift through it to...
If luck's on our side, maybe we'll even dig up the secret to beating her.
Your event hints at you being severely depressed.
You don't look so hot.
Okay.
I've got no objection to the task, but...
Oh, don't worry. When has old Sempo ever come unprepared? Trust me, emotional impact drill. Sorry. Wrong gadget. Oh, this one.
Suspicious.
Hey, have you heard of a dowsing rod? Well,
we're gonna fucking douse this shit.
I'll spare you the theory. Oh, I tuned the drill bit to resonate with Sparkle's temperament. It'll drill out memoria fountains with similar emotions.
It's 100% Sparksy. It's gotta be Sparksy. What is up with Sampo being impersonated? Like, what? Why does everybody just want to target this guy? I mean, like, to some extent, I get it, but like...
But fair warning, use it carefully. It's been a week since Sparksy was here. Keep your guard up in case something else comes bursting out.
I love how you just don't believe him. Well, okay, why the fuck would he have a sparkle-shaped, like, thing? I'm just saying I don't believe him. Also, this very much feels like something that, like, a bit that Sparksy would come up with just to fuck with us.
Well, if you ask me, leave it to...
We don't have time for luck. My radar says that Pompous Imposter would pick the highest spot to vent. Exactly. The golden...
Girl, pick a spot to drill and start mining that gold.
Sampo, does this thing even work?
Of course it works. Don't you trust your old pal, Sempo?
No. Sempo really sounds like it. He does. I think it's okay. One of the things that I find so funny about it specifically is his narration voice sounds. He has this tendency to voice crack, or at least bring his voice into a higher register for dramatic effect, and like it works, evidently, fucking 30 million views or whatever the fuck. But like, I've given him shit for that since like the beginning, and what is actually 2.5 at then? 41 million views. Fuck off, dude. 2 million. Oh my god, we're 2 million short of season 2. What the fuck? Anyways, yeah, one of the things that Ish does, he has a tendency to bring his voice into a higher register for that, and Sampo does the same thing. And it's also that combined with the very rich, deep vocal register that gives me that, like, whenever Sampo talks, it reminds me of Ish, which is just, I don't know how to feel about that.
What? That doesn't seem like something she'd be worried about.
What?
After going through all this trouble to sneak in, thought I'd go down in a blaze of glory if I got caught.
What do you do?
What the heck is going on with this place? Have the masked fools really fallen this far?
You are...
Me? I'm a morning actor. Isn't it obvious?
What makes you warning? They don't want to be... They're...
Can't you tell? I'm very sad right now. Let me tell you about my tragic mission. After the tavern issued a ban on morning actors, I painstakingly snuck in here to reveal to them the truth.
Okay.
That destiny is eternally sorrowful.
Interesting point here. The morning actors... Okay. Elation isn't necessarily absurdist. I think the masked fools are. And to some extent, Aha is. But the morning actors are not. Because the morning actors give in to the absurd, what Camus would have described as the absurd, right? Which is the fact that there is no meaning, there is no reason to live. They're more like nihilists, the morning actors are. They fall into despair because of the lack of meaning. Whereas the morning, or the masked fools are more, okay, yeah, there's no meaning, fuck it, we don't care, we're gonna have fun, we're gonna rebel against the fact that there is no meaning. And it's interesting that Aha aligns more closely with the masked fools than they do the morning actors. But also because the morning actors are what they are because they unwillingly follow from what we learned from Storm Disaster. They don't willingly follow the elation. They're just kind of, that's why they're mourning, is because they don't want to be there. They're kind of forced to follow a path they don't want to be.
I failed. I smashed every obstacle during the infiltration. Only for the outcome to smash me.
Don't say it like that.
Yesterday, I went on stage at the bar and revealed my true identity to everyone and told them a tragic tale, bracing myself for their harshest punishment and farthest exile. But these fools kept whistling from below. And some bought me several rounds.
Oh no.
Someone even came up on stage to hug me, praising me as the unprecedented masked fool. This is utterly humiliating.
Today's bad taste joke.
Why are you... Do this literally everywhere, anywhere other than in here? Nyan, 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 ni hao, nyan. Nyan, 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 ni hao, nyan. Every atom that makes it up came from neutron star collisions and supernova bursts. That's pretty much every atom. Yet the masked fools forged these precious tears of the stars into vessels that to hold human waste. Okay, you notice a problem. Compared to the towering throne, you're way too small to reach the... Okay, I'm not... I'm not even gonna read.
Right. Silly me.
Because of course. Are we going into 2.5D here? Wait, how does this work? What do I do here? Go back and then we go here? I believe. Oh, okay. Really just extra Trailblazamon Digimon evolves into
Plunger.
right? I'm not reading this shit.
See, what did I tell you? The imposter's worries have appeared.
Okay.
What a rare sight. Sparksicle used to always connect with everyone online.
This feels like an insult to Fuli. Like,
She's meeting her fans through the sewer network. Sorry, but we're your haters. Come clean now. What are you planning to do with that mimetic virus you stole? Use Sparksicon as a front to turn everyone into mindless zombies or dancing monkeys? How could I ever harm my dearest, most beloved fans?
You took an entire school of teachers and students hostage and turned them into your puppets to help you enter the Phantasmoon games. You're going to argue that you did it all for them?
you are about to commit a fucking war crime, my girl.
From the very first day I was created, I've been doing exactly what my creator asked of me. Listening to every fan's questions, empathizing with their pain.
You are about to commit a war crime.
Feel insecure about being ordinary, cry when ignored by those they like, and strive to stand out because they desperately want
You are about to commit a war crime.
Sparksy hears every wish. And she
Gathering people into one place and then committing biologic warfare on them is against the Geneva Convention. The Geneva Conventions. Geneva Conventions. With a mimetic virus?
No, I'll give each of them a choice. The choice to become me. Because deep down, every one of them longs to become Sparksy. To wear this
I also think this scene would be way better without the fart sounds in the background. They don't have a Geneva Convention there.
You must have heard that saying. In the future, everyone gets their 15 minutes of fame. Now, that moment has come. Sparksicon will turn every spectator into me!
For reals? She plans to use a mimetic
For
virus
real?
to turn everyone into herself?
Ryuji is
I was
here.
right there in the riddle all along. You know, I gotta say, that's very Sparkle.
my imposter. You're absolutely bonkers.
And you're not?
Sis, is now the time to be tooting your own horn? Just thinking about being turned into a copy of you? I can't even force a smile.
Oh? And who gets to define elation? The laughter, the fools, the IPC, or every me seeking joy on the Arcadian internet?
This does actually raise a really good question about the theology in this game. What defines a path? Like, is it just like a law of physics that it's just the way the universe here works, or is there some like deeper force that defines what a path even is? Is it like brought into existence by sentient life, kind of like how it works in the Magnus Archives, or is it like, is there capital G God that defines these things? Or was there once a one unified God, like Adonalcium style, that was like just shattered into these multiple eons? Like, where do these paths come from fundamentally? Because the eons don't define them. The eons are manifestations of the paths, right? So like, yeah, so like fundamentally they exist independent of their eons at least. So like how do they do that? What part of the universe has paths like, yeah, who is the closest to being a god of everything but still not there? Yeah, no, kind of. I mean, who kind of, who is the closest that we have to a god that is inextricable from their path? I think is the best way of putting it, because part of their whole thing is that they did become their path. They sacrificed themselves into becoming equilibrium. Like, they aren't the eon of equilibrium; they literally are equilibrium. And so that's why they're kind of formless. That's why they don't have a physical form. That's why they are not really present in anything. That's because equilibrium is fundamental to the universe. But like, yeah, I don't know. Who is a good point to bring up though there?
Contrary to popular belief, the masters of the Phantasmoon games were never.
So they're not really a god of everything. They're just
the spectators watching us.
Yeah, who's an interesting case there?
Sadly, the Inner Astral Peace Network showed people other worlds in the cosmos. Once horizons widen, expectations climb. Nothing they hear or see feels fresh, interesting, or thrilling enough.
Dude, they're slowly just getting more and more into Infinite Jest here. Like, they're starting to get into the like core theses of Infinite Jest.
And everyone fears that they're outdated, uninteresting, or unexciting in others' eyes. So the world's like a derailed train.
I mean, I guess that makes a lot of sense. For a planet, for a group that is so...
Astral Express. Am I wrong?
And for a group that is so, like, tied to elation and entertainment, you would make sense they would eventually bump into the massive scope of Infinite Jest. All right, see you, Sophia. Thank you for popping in. And sleep well.
Bingo! You got it. I'm a part of her. Wherever there's a screen, wherever my audience is, my eyes and ears will be there too. I want to see how far you in this outdated model can go. The harder you struggle, the more spectacular it'll be when I live stream the Astral Express cruise derailment at Sparksicon. I'm looking forward to your resistance, Nameless.
Oh, heads up, everyone!
Oh, we're just fighting her. Okay.
Oh man, the other day I ran into this fan. They insisted on showing me some gallows humor, jokes they found online, saying they were absolutely hilarious. But all he did was show me a video of someone being killed by the Antimatter Legion, then burst out laughing.
Yeah. So, like I was saying, it makes a lot of sense that a group that is so core, like so fundamentally about entertainment and distracting yourself from reality would bump into some of the things that Infinite Jest has to say, which is so chiefly about entertainment, but
Embrace a new life.
it's really interesting how close they are getting to one of the core points that Infinite Jest makes, which is the fear of all-encompassing entertainment and kind of how destructive and how isolating that can be. Because like a core plot point of that book.
You only asked me to do your dirty work, but you never said anything about being your thug.
I mean, I would assume that
compensation for emotional damage.
I would assume that dirty work includes being a thug, but because like one of the core points of one of the core plot points of Infinite Jest, and the thing that like everything kind of revolves around is the movie. Like, is a movie called Infinite Jest, which is so entertaining that you cannot do anything but watch it until you die. And so like I think we see it like only a couple times throughout the 1,000-page book, but everything in the book revolves around this idea of the existential threat of entertainment being so entertaining you can't take care of yourself anymore. And so all I know of Infinite Jest is just the song. I should read the book. The book is fascinating. Especially so I've only read like half of it. I need to get back into it. But it really is so interesting, the things that David Foster Wallace brings up and how he brings them up. And because like the book is about loneliness, about human isolation, about the reasons why people end up isolated and how communication fails between humans. But one of the other points of the book, one of the things that gets explored because of that main thesis about isolation is the concept, is what entertainment does to promote isolation from people. And so one of the big things is what the book calls The Entertainment, which is just another name for Infinite Jest for the movie, which is, you know, the most entertaining thing ever. And it's interesting because in that book it is implied, we never get a full description of what the entertainment actually is, but from what the director has said about the book, like in the story, you can piece together from what the director says that it's just like a film about a beautiful woman hugging you, kind of like hugging the camera almost. It's just about like a beautiful woman, and so it's the idea of the most entertaining thing in the world is about connection, is about physical, like yearning for physical connection. And so yeah, and so that's what like DFW says about, one of the things he has to say about entertainment is we do it in lieu of a human connection because it's easier It's less effort. We don't have to really put much more into it. And that's dangerous. And like he's kind of really talking about the existential horror of replacing actual human connection with entertainment. So, and that's kind of where I see this going, is like that existential fear of everybody just watching Sparksy instead of anything else, right? No, straight up. That's also one of the really interesting things about Infinite Jest is like, okay, there are some things that DFW completely whiffed on, but like, also, what the fuck? This dude predicted shit so accurately. It's kind of weird. Like the biggest thing is his interpretation of his predictions of American politics. Yeah, I'm just gonna put that there. It's scarily accurate.
Everyone's going to become me soon. Sampo, crawl out of your money pit for a moment, will you?
To think, plain Arcadia's elation way back when I still coming back now feels like stepping into a foreign land.
It's just madness wrapped in a cheerful. She's convinced that we'll be powerless to stop her plan, even if we know what it is.
I know. Even I don't want to turn into that phony's lookalike. Though, we're not that different.
To be fair, the 80s and 90s were also very big on entertainment. Yeah, but like, and I think that's kind of why DFW wrote Infinite Jest, was because he was so cynical about how obsessive society was getting, especially American society was getting about entertainment in the 80s and 90s.
Prepared some countermeasures.
Ma'am, you give us fools too much credit. But I do know a place.
I want to continue this discussion, but I also don't want to have like farting sounds in the background while we do, because it's really interesting.
Right. Now that you folks have a lead on the Astral Express, always. Oh, if you run into trouble, you will then. Fair.
So, where are we heading next?
Can we leave? That'd be great.
Check out Fatal Joke.
Fatal Joke?
Cool.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, no, I think one of the things that DFW talked about a lot in his essays.
This feels more like a maze than a tavern.
Well, it is a space-time maze after all.
Even outside of, yeah, no. So DFW, I think one of the things that he wrote about a lot was his perspective on entertainment in the 80s and 90s. When did he die? He died in he died in 2008. And so the peak of his writing career was in the 80s and 90s. And so like Infinite Jest came out in 1996. But also, one of my favorite essays is his, that's shit. Oopsie-doos. I realized I don't have my copy of a supposedly fun thing. So, one of my favorite essays is his book, or is his essay, A Supposedly Fun Thing I'll Never Do Again. Which is also about this concept of entertainment being weirdly isolating. Because one of the things that he talks about a lot in this essay that I find fascinating is he keeps bringing up these where is it? I know there's an online like PDF of it. Where the fuck is it, dude? But okay, so like one of the things that he talks about a bunch is this idea that he keeps bringing up these interactions he has with people that are never beyond a surface level. But a supposedly fun thing I'll never do again is an essay about going on a cruise. And it's pretty much him saying cruises are kind of weird because they are almost dystopian in how much they insist on being happy, on having fun, on, you know, connecting with people and doing all these things. But the conclusion he comes to in the essay is the fact that on the entire cruise, he never actually had fun. His very lonely and almost eerie experience was just painted over with a cover of the cruise consistently insisting on him having fun. You need to have fun. This is relaxing. This is it's the suggestion of relaxation. The metaphor that he draws at the very end, and is one of the reasons why I love this essay so fucking much, is he compares his entire trip on the cruise to being hypnotized, in that hypnosis is happens because you are open to the suggestion of it, and that's the only reason why hypnosis works. But you also have to, like, a hypnotist really has to, like, hammer that home of, like, oh, you're relaxed, you're okay, you're good, slip into this state. That's what the cruise was doing to him the entire time. Howdy, Kiki, welcome in. Go back to sleepies. Well, sleep well. We're just talking about obscure literary stuff while playing Honkai Star Rail. But yeah, so that's one of the big things that he talks about. That's the big conclusion that he draws. Is the cruise that he went on was so, I guess, insecure about how fun it was that it had to lull you into a false sense of fun. Into like a hypnotized state.
One of these light orbs on the express.
And so yeah, so the point being, he was very, very, very cynical about all forms of entertainment. He would always find ways to talk about entertainment in ways that were less than flattering. Especially in this time that he was growing up, or that he was writing, the peak of his career. Trina said something about not making genuine human connection. Reminded me of a post I saw where someone described a friend telling you they bought a new phone case as a TMI friendship. Yeah, no, it's kind of like that. It's like, it's definitely weird because, like, we have gotten to this point where, like, it makes sense to have boundaries, especially on the internet. but
Listen with me to the memories.
people take it too far when it comes to their personal life. About like people don't have the ability to separate privacy online from privacy in real life, and so like, and that's kind of where that like pushing other people away. Yeah, like exactly. Like how do you have meaningful conversations if you're not willing to have somebody tell you about a phone case they bought? Like it. But that's kind of the fear that it comes from. How do you have time, passion to read literary books and essays?
Why is there a hospital hidden inside the tavern?
That's a great question, Sam, actually. I think for me, it's I know what I like to read, which is a very unhelpful answer, but like I took a lot of time in high school and a lot of attempts to reading shit to figure out I like a very specific kind of literature. And so I go out of my way to look for stuff like that. And because I know what I like and what I really like to read, which is, I don't know. I don't even know how to describe what I like, but once I find something that interests me, it's really easy for me to read because I like stuff that really challenges me intellectually in a very specific way. But like the time thing is you have more time than you think. So there is an awesome video. It's more of a documentary, but there's an awesome video that I'll put in chat here. That the real message that you should take away from it is you have more time than you think you do. You just need to you need to get used to recognizing when you do. And once you learn how to recognize that, it's easy to just start burning through books. Give that guy a watch. It's a really interesting video, and one of the first points that he makes in the beginning of it is that, or one of the first points that the video makes is you have enough time to read a significant amount of books. You just don't realize how much time you have strewn about the day.
Well, because those who can become fools are all a bit sick in the head. Not your regular headaches and fevers, but matters of the heart.
I think it's the first it's like the first 10 minutes of the video with Tim Urban is kind of what opened my eyes the most to just reading more.
Every time someone goes bonkers and stirs up trouble in the tavern, like scattering nosewalker parasite ticks in every corner, or spiking the beer barrels with truth serum that makes people spew insults.
Yeah, no, but really internalize that first 10 minutes is really what helped me. If you really internalize that first 10 minutes of if you replaced all of your phone time that you spend scrolling Twitter and reading news, then you would be reading 30 books a year, 30 more books a year, which is a significant number of books. And that's what, 5 minutes a day that you just 5, 10 something minutes a day that you've replaced. But even then, if you really start paying attention to your day, you have a lot of downtime. And if you seek to fill those little gaps with a book, and first of all, always bring a book with you. No matter where you go, fucking bring a book with you. Because you will find those downtimes, and if you just read a page, then it adds up quick. It adds up really, really, really fast. And so that's the big thing that I do for time. Passion is just find what you like to read. And then the more you read, the more you will critically think about what you read. And so that's where you can start having discussions about like what we do on stream, like how we do on stream, or like you start talking about fucking David Foster Wallace for like 30 minutes, like you know.
For each time the whole place goes topsy-turvy, there's always some fool who, in the spirit of elation...
Which I hate the fact that I love David Foster Wallace, because the dude is awful. The guy was a terrible person, but good lord was he a good author. Holy shit, he was a good writer. But oh my god, he was awful. Like, it's almost not even funny how bad of a person that David Foster Wallace was, but oh my god, he was an incredible author, like probably one of the best of his generation. But also he was throw his wife out of a moving car terrible. It's like, I feel bad whenever I say that I like reading DFW. Yeah, no, he was a raging misogynist and just a very hateful dude. I'm not going to say he had an excuse, but he was incredibly mentally ill. So, and you just gonna, no, straight up I do. Straight up I say, okay, I understand. And if you notice, Phantom, if you go anywhere online where anybody talks about DFW, most of the time they will have that slipped in somewhere of like, terrible person David Foster Wallace once said or whatever. It's a pattern I've noticed. It's actually really funny. But no, his behavior was explainable but not excusable exactly. Yeah, if you do a little bit of research on DFW, you'll see why he was the way he was. Absolutely terrible human being, but if you read his works, you wouldn't gather that really. You would probably gather a little bit of misogyny, but not it's not bad. Like, his misogyny isn't nearly as much as you would expect out of an author of his time, almost. Like, he's such a weird dude, because he was a I don't know how to explain it. It's so strange. Because, like, he viewed women in not, like, a hateful way in his writing. It was more he viewed them in a vaguely... He objectified slightly. But, like, not terribly? It's not obnoxious. Because, like, okay, when you read, like, Haruki Murakami, right? When you read his books, it is obnoxious how much he objectifies women. With DFW, it's there, but it's not as distracting. If most of his work doesn't really focus, it doesn't, but like his works are so complicated that, especially his fiction. I'm not sure about Considered Lobster, but like some of his short stories, Infinite Jest and The Pale King, are so huge in scope that there are plenty of female characters that, especially Miss Incandenza from Infinite Jest, she is a victim of abuse, which is interesting coming from the abuser, like being written by an abuser, an actually kind of interesting victim of abuse. Again, such a weird dude, such a weird guy. Like, I don't get it. No serious method act. Honestly, so true. Yeah, no, but like, if you start reading him, don't do keep that part in mind, because sometimes it definitely does shine through, but like it's very. He didn't write about things that, he didn't often write about things that kind of conflicted with that. He wrote about things that were actually socially progressive for the time, which was his views on entertainment and television specifically, and all that stuff. Hope his wife is okay. Yes, she is, because she is the person that executed his will after he died. Which his death is a whole thing. If you are morbidly curious, look it up.
Strange. Why isn't there even a fake doctor around?
It's tragic, but also the context. David Foster Wallace was a very interesting person. His death was tragic, especially because of how incredible of an author he was, and especially because I would not be surprised if what he had in mind with the Pale King would have been even larger in scope than Infinite Jest, and more like comprehensive social commentary than Infinite Jest, which is crazy considering how fucking long Infinite Jest is. But he died midway through working on the Pale King, and it makes me sad, but also it just kind of makes him, in a very morbid sense, way more interesting of a person. Yeah. Look it up. I'm not going to talk about it too much here, but
Even if some fool claims to have a legit medical license, you wouldn't dare trust them, would you?
yeah, I do recommend reading Infinite Jest. It is an incredibly neat book.
Attention patients. Please
It is huge. There are so many things going on in it.
wish to dine, please invite the hospital director to join you. Thank you.
But like, it is so interesting.
Would Dr. Hartman from Plastic Surgery please report to the director's office immediately? This hospital doesn't even have a plastic surgery department. Who on earth are you? Dr. Zhongshan from Mental Health Care, please report to exam room 1. We're 1 player short for cards. Thank you.
Lamau. Yeah, and exam room 1 is their code for the Celestial Jade room.
Is this a theater or a hospital?
¿Por qué no los dos?
Alert. Patient detected ahead. Patient detected ahead. Please line up in an orderly fashion for registration and wait for the doctor to begin consultations.
Patient number 01, Akavilli. Is there a Miss Akavilli?
Miss Akivili.
Miss Akavilli, diagnosed with Stellaron symptoms per the records. Are you present? Please proceed to exam room 1.
Oh, okay. Cool. We're gonna go play cards. I say we should play Mao. The only other Infinite Jest I'm familiar with is a song by the Used that is titled 1984 Infinite Jest, but I think it's an interesting thing to put together. Yeah, that's actually really interesting. Those are definitely two things that you would put together. Because, like, okay, if you're gonna tie Infinite Jest to one of those like classical dystopian novels, the first that would come to mind is Fahrenheit 451. Because the big thing about Fahrenheit 451, the entire dystopia there is that we got too obsessed with television to read books, and that's why we burn books in that book, is because television is just the better form of entertainment or whatever. But interesting that they tie it to 1984, which is so specifically not about entertainment. It's about like kind of the opposite. That's interesting. That's really interesting.
They called you by name, Miss Akavilli. You might as well go take a look.
That's really interesting that you're calling us Miss Akivili. I don't know how I feel about that.
Attention, Professor Skaven from the Department of Psychiatry.
Zhongshan.
You're finally back, Akavilli. I've reviewed your clinical records. Your Stellaron symptoms are stable. Continued observation will suffice.
So we're just a regular checkup? Okay.
I'm your presiding physician. Good news for you. You don't need to rush into treatment just yet. Though, I can't say the same for Miss Sparkle over there. Patient number 02, Miss Sparkle, please come in.
Although, to be fair, Infinite Jest is a reference to Hamlet. Macbeth. It's a Macbeth reference, I think. It's a Shakespeare reference, I know that much. Yes, it's a Hamlet reference. Act 5, Scene 1. Let's see. Yeah, Hamlet says, talking to, it's literally the Alas Poor Yorick thing. Yeah, Alas Poor Yorick, I knew him, Horatio, a fellow of infinite jest, of most excellent fancy. He hath borne me on his back 1,000 times, and now how abhorred his in my imagination it is. My gorge rises at it. Here hung those lips that I have kissed. Now I know not how oft. Yada yada yada. That's what the term infinite jest is a reference to. Is it's fucking Shakespeare, because of course it is.
Hello there, Miss Sparkle.
You're one of the few who didn't mistake me for that imposter, Doctor.
Of course. It's really funny when you start digging into like English literature. It's just everything is Shakespeare. Fucking everything is Shakespeare. It's always a Shakespeare reference. It's so fun because it makes reading Shakespeare even more rewarding if you ever do actually get around to it. Because it's all just everything is Shakespeare references.
But just a reminder, yours truly isn't sick. I'm perfectly healthy.
Oh, everyone who comes here
Scooby-Doo
says
meme.
they're
Yeah, no,
perfectly
straight up.
healthy.
Although to be fair, I do like it when, like, the part of the reason why I enjoy reading Hamlet as much as I do is because of, well, A, Infinite Jest is just a retelling of Hamlet, just a really long retelling of Hamlet, and B, because one of my favorite movies is Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead, which is another retelling of Hamlet, and it's just like, it's so interesting to see, because I watched Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead first, and so the basis for my understanding of the story of Hamlet comes from that movie instead of the actual original book or the original play. So in my head, Hamlet's backwards because Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead is supposed to fill in the gaps of Hamlet, or the plot of the movie is also a play, but the movie is supposed to exist in the gaps of Hamlet, but for me, it's the other way around.
I've seen so many patients, and you're among the most severe. I could already make an initial diagnosis at first glance. Your ailment is loss of self. If someone can transform into 10,000 characters, would she still remember her original self?
Good question. But if someone could become 10,000 characters, does the original even matter anymore? By the way, Doc, are you familiar with any treatment protocols for mimetic viruses?
Are we telling you just fix it, discuss? I mean, yeah. Yep, that's a...
Mimetic viruses. I've heard about it. The city sent over a few cases. The patients had one thing in common. They were all heavy internet users. The medical records are in the room. You can take a look if you want.
Holy HIPAA violation, what the fuck? What is HIPAA? Here's the medical records.
Is this Dual Mention City?
It reminds me of that fucking
How is that possible?
that Vagrant Holiday.
The tavern's spatial structure is bizarre to begin with. It's not that strange to see Dual Mention City here.
It's like that Vagrant Holiday video where he's like exploring like an abandoned school, I think it was, and he just comes across a stack of medical records and he's like, "Oh, what is this? A stack of HIPAA violations?" Like,
The medical records are on the bookshelf. First file on the left.
Sparksy virus cases and treatment plans affected by the supplement Sparksy. Prevent aberration defenses activated Phantasm Games emergency response plan. Based on affected infection vectors, several preliminary treatment protocols have been established. All Academy mimetic treatment facilities are advised to reference these protocols when receiving patients. Details are outlined below. To ensure the safety of medical personnel, this report has been treated with mimetic scrubbing procedures and is safe to use. Okay. Sparksy virus possesses the ability to spread through written text. Repeat the phrase such as "I love Sparksy," "I want to become Sparksicle." The condition worsens after each repetition. Should we know that patients affected by attacks are highly likely to have been exposed to compound infection from both auditory and visual mimetic vectors? Soundproofing measures must be strictly implemented during treatment. Immediately isolate the patient to prevent secondary exposure to the mimetic virus. All treatment equipment must be disconnected from the network after mimetic containment. Then, following standard prescription procedures for textual memes, inject the patient with massive amounts of redundant or harmless information to dilute and overwrite the Sparksy virus. So it's pretty much just social media detoxing, right? It's like a dopamine detoxing. It's just you gotta surround yourself with just pure fucking boredom in order to make it so like normal. You know, you're no longer addicted to dopamine. It's like a genuine thing that you can do. As like kind of what I've started to do for a while there. I have relapsed a little bit with like YouTube shorts and shit, but I definitely like it's a different. You notice it. You definitely fucking notice it. It's ridiculous how much of a difference it is when you like how much enjoyment you get out of regular things that you used to enjoy when you don't have. When you're not so used to having like Twitter or TikTok as your dopamine injection instead. It's crazy. It's a crazy quality of life boost. Audio transmission. In phase 1, after hearing specific trigger words, Sparksicle invades the auditory system, placing all information with the patient hears with Sparksicle. High noise environments. This will continuously disrupt the normal functioning of the auditory organs. We've imported advanced medical equipment for the international piece. Okay, so yeah, literally you just... I quit Twitter 4 months. Yeah, no, genuinely. Yeah, good for you, Sam. That it's genuinely a crazy boost, and like, you don't realize how much enjoyment it sucks away from you. But then it also has that like, it has that like that immediate biological effect of no longer being addicted to that really quick dopamine hit. But then it also has the secondary effect of it's easier to enjoy things when you don't have little people in your ear telling you that it's bad, right? Like, or telling you that it's bad not to like something. Like, it's easier to have your own opinions on something when you don't have the court of public opinion telling you what to enjoy. Or not enjoy. So like, I don't like Radiohead as a band. Twitter would crucify me if I said that. I mean, it's more Reddit here, but like the same point applies. Like, I don't like Radiohead, and I am comfortable in my ability to say that I don't like Radiohead as a band. I think they're just rather okay. They are good. I'm not impressed by them. But like, I love Skinamarink as a movie. People would crucify me for saying that I like Skinamarink because to a lot of people, completely validly, this is a very valid opinion, it's a boring as shit movie. Where like nothing happens, you're just like staring at static for an hour and a bit. Like after quitting Twitter, it's much easier to be comfortable in those opinions. Because you don't have people telling you how to feel about them. Oh, so you hate radio. Exactly. Like it, I think Radiohead is, to me, to my ears, is unimpressive. They're a good band. They make good music. They're not for me. I don't like it really. But yeah, I would say that and they would go, oh yeah, you fucking hate Radiohead. It was like, okay, no. I said I like pancakes. I didn't say I hated waffles. Like, what the fuck? Visual transmission, high risk infection type. When the patient is exposed to patterns containing the Sparksy virus on the network, their cognition will rapidly become infected. Memes will cover their visual senses, causing the patient to perceive all faces as Sparksy. This is just standard mimetic virus stuff.
Are there already victims in the city?
Correct.
To eliminate the mimetic virus, helping Patient Zero face reality is a crucial phase of the treatment.
What's happening?
You've never been to Fatal Joke before?
Radiohead are cool, but no, that's exactly it, Phantom. Is like, they make incredible music, but it just kind of blends together for me. Because, okay, I've done probably 3 or 4 listens of In Rainbows and OK Computer, respectively. Or like each. And like, whenever I listen to them, I'm like, okay, that was a really good musical experience. That's a very well-made rock. But like, I couldn't tell you, I couldn't tell apart songs pretty much. Like they all sound the same. Not necessarily the same. It all blends together, which to some extent is good. But like for rock, yeah, not that. Like I'm a dance music enjoyer, so I'm used to music that kind of blends together, especially techno. But like that's the point of techno, is it's supposed to be very physical and it's supposed to blend together for DJ sets. Rock music, I feel like, should be slightly more distinctive song to song, right? Like, I don't know. If I want to listen to rock like that, I much prefer like Fishman's or Godspeed You Black Emperor or those sorts of rock outfits instead of Radiohead. No, it's just my personal taste. I think they do it a little bit better.
That's not surprising. I don't spend much time at the tavern. And to reiterate, I'm perfectly healthy.
Like Billy Talent for having, yeah, exactly. And but also there is very much merit in songs blending together. If you listen to anything Charlotte DeWitt makes, or any of her DJ sets, or any of that, it all sounds pretty much the same, because that's what techno is. That's what warehouse techno is. It's supposed to be the same, but like with very slight variations in how the kick resonates and all that stuff, because it's supposed to be very physical. That's the point of techno as music, is 4 on the floor kicks that get you moving in a very subtle way. That's like, that's the genre. But like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, rock is not really that. Rock has so much room for colorful instrumentation. Look at fucking look at
Miss Sparkle, I'm going to write up a detailed
Black Country New Roads, right?
In the meantime,
the fact that they have the first song on their most recent album is the first instrument on their most recent album is a fucking harpsichord. Like, come on.
Gray hair, let's go. I don't want to waste any more time with this quack.
Miss Sparkle, Please wait in this room until the consultation is complete.
Sparkle, you're back!
I feel like I'm gonna open one of these beds and it's gonna be just the man in room 1280.
You seem happy. Yeah, I'm keeping my spirits high, just like she asked. Sparkle, Sparkle! You're the one who told me that a smiling mask will never have bad luck, aren't you? This world doesn't want to see too much sadness, cruelty, rage, or pain. You told me that I just need to smile, no matter what.
Yeah, this is also just kind of giving me a wee happy feel.
Everything you asked. But why did you abandon me?
But then also something that is interesting is like even techno can be distinct, but with a style. Everything IO ever made was very it was all warehouse techno, but every song had its own distinct style. Even inside of Warehouse Summer, which was his last album, all the songs have a very specific style, but they're all semi-unique. Okay, cool, chill.
Just how many masks have you thrown
Some of them
away?
did kind of blend together, but like a few of them are very, very, very like stand out even within a very like the very unified style of Warehouse Summer as an album. I still cry whenever I listen, or almost cry whenever I listen to Anything But Wet, but that's also because of the emotional weight that song carries with Garrett's death. But like, yeah, whatever.
Don't worry about it. Everyone sheds just as many versions of themselves in a lifetime.
It'd be so funny if you were not funny.
Okay.
Do you still remember me? More people got my name right today than in the past week. I'm so touched.
Yeah, no, Anything But Wet is fucking depressing as shit because it opens up with samples of voicemails from his parents, and those voicemails were recorded and he made the song when he was still alive, but Warehouse Summer was released after he died. And so like just the context of that makes those opening voicemails and the message of Anything But Wet really, really heavy. Yeah, but it's also such a good song. It is such a good song.
I am your original mask. The Sparkle Roll mask. The archetype of a bright maiden doomed for a short life. The avenger who perishes with her nemesis. The lover who dies for love. The young artist.
Okay, Juliet, what the fuck? I'm trying to come up with a character archetype for this. That's Juliet. That's fucking no, the main character of Dorian Gray wasn't the artist, but he was driven bad by art of him. Never mind.
You used me to win fame, applause, and countless eager gazes. So why would you cruelly cast me aside? Please, wear me once more. The worst thing an actor should do is be tied down to one type of role.
Have you heard of a typecast?
Do yourself a favor and stay down.
The diagnosis results are in, Miss Sparkle.
Hey there. Are you also troubled by the same illness as me? What illness do you have?
Why are there just like girls on these beds? Like this is
I once suffered from a disease called
strange.
Fool.
What kind of disease is fool?
A masked fool.
Not like
named
foolishness,
Sparkle
just
grew
fool.
out of me, slowly becoming one with me. She used me to bear all the pain caused by her performances, left me battered and bruised. Well, she said I was lucky enough to find this tumor called Sparkle. And
Why are we inside of a Walmart, and why are so many people just walking inside? Like, come on.
You're just a tool I discarded.
Miss Sparkle, I have your results. Your main components are madness, humor, and a theatrical personality. Unfortunately, the proportions are badly imbalanced. You're beyond saving. But the silver lining is your mask has fallen off. She's free at last.
And that's where everyone's misfortune began. None
Maybe
of
with
the
Planar
masks
Katie,
I've
it's just
had on
Sparkle getting high in a
ever had
Walmart.
such strong opinions or such a temper.
Might fucking be, who knows? This could just be Supermarket.
She no longer needs to be corroded by your cancer of rationality.
Apparently that album
Now
sucks.
she can do
Apparently the
anything
okay.
you wanted to do but didn't dare to do.
So you guys know the rapper Logic, right? So he released an album alongside a book. Both of them were called Supermarket. The book was fascinating because it was great in the first half and then terrible in the second. Like genuinely, it's really shitty after the big twist is. Okay, Supermarket. The first half of the book is one of the most engaging and fascinating mysteries I have ever read, and then it just kind of it's like A Stranger in a Strange Land, where like the first half of it is really engaging, super awesome mystery, and then the second half it just kind of goes off the rails in a really terrible way. So like here I'm thinking is like this is just the first half of Supermarket, where it's just like weird shit's happening inside of a supermarket. Like what the fuck is happening?
As if there's anything Miss
It's so trippy.
dare to do.
For example, you don't dare wear any one mask for too long. Like a butterfly shedding old skin, you keep discarding every mask just so you won't be defined or bound
We do
by
just
them.
be getting high in a Walmart right now.
Stop, to be stuck in some stereotype. You're afraid that one day
I also want to
you won't
reread
be
that book. I need to
elated
reread
enough.
Supermarket.
That's why you drew Miss Sparksy and became her online.
All right, thank you for staying so long, Phantom. Have a good rest of your night. I'm probably not going to be on for much longer anyways, because I am getting a little eepy myself, or getting a little tired at least. So I might finish the sequence and then head off myself. I was kind of hoping I would be able to make it 3 hours, but I do not.
As a dazzling mask,
I
everyone
can do it.
confides in her. Everyone
So you're
wants
getting
to
high.
be her.
I need to watch.
Everyone feeds
It's
her
actually
with
not really
clever
that bad.
ideas.
Like people
This would inject new life
people
into
have
your
been
nation.
overhyping it, honestly.
But sadly, once the mask is on you, you become its accessory. People care only about the image the mask paints. No one cares about the you beneath.
Something commentary about being an influencer online.
And that is why she came to life.
Something dream.
Human recognition and
I
desire.
didn't care who I was until I put on the mask.
Providing nourishment for her to bloom. She'll become a bewitching flower, conforming to everyone's wishes, letting them wear her, become her, and blossom across all.
Didn't Dream get into more of the fucking drama recently?
Beautiful sight.
Yeah, the most recent one, people have kind of oversold as being like a sensory overload. Like, okay, yeah, it's sparkle, it's colorful, it's like a lot of stuff happening. The music is very dancey, but like, maybe it's just the fact that I have ADHD. It just wasn't bad for me.
Stop. You mean treat? Yes?
Oh, if I know if Major reports on him, okay. I think I saw like a Carl Jobst video or something about him. I was like, what the fuck did he do now? I thought he just stopped. I thought he stopped.
Cremate Sparkle. That's the best treatment I can prescribe.
Okay. I'm just gonna cremate you alive.
And here I thought you had something clever. After all, there's only one radical cure for all suffering. Make oneself disappear, right?
Miss Sparkle, Don't think I'm joking around with you. I only misbehave outside the tavern.
Yeah, thank you so much, Phantom, and have a great rest of your night.
But here, I am a doctor, without quotation marks.
Mm.
My treatment is real and effective.
Yes,
Generally, when a fool
being
vanishes,
cremated.
their mask loses its power and becomes a dead thing. You're two sides of the same coin, after all. But as for Sparksy, I can't say for sure. During SparksyCon, she'll be worn by millions of ordinary people in plain Arcadia, feeding her with sustenance and strength. Your window of opportunity is therefore fleeting. Go on, lie down on that bed and say goodbye to your friends. Press that button and the nurse will come wheel you away.
This is okay. This would be a really cool scene if there was like a lot of emotional weight behind it.
There's a door in the tavern that absolutely positively leads to a still burning star in Siduni Rama. The nurse will send you there and...
Definitely, 100% it does. Yep, 100%.
And if I say no?
Then I'll have to...
Bing bong.
be impolite.
I forcefully cremate you. Fireball. Fireball. Just fireball.
Miss Sparkle,
Just fireball.
Nameless. The choice is yours. As for me, by the laughter above, I've got to catch the next ship out of this dump.
Hey! What's going on? Why am I pinned here?
The mask of the masked fool represents what you wish to become.
High violin
You use
chords.
it to
What the
focus your
fuck?
power, but the mask will gradually bind you as well.
Why did a fucking like violin sonata just start playing? Excuse
That's
me?
why you've been avoiding
That's
Sparksy all
wickedly
this time.
dramatic. I love it.
She didn't just steal a vial of mimetic virus. She stole your strength. No wonder the fool at the bar joked, when a masked fool loses their mask, what remains is just a fool.
Yes. Every fool has at least one such mask.
Okay, this looks really good. I'm sorry.
Not mere decoration, but a part of our destiny, crafted by our own hands.
Okay, this looks really goofy. The fact that I appreciate the effect that they're trying to get off, but it looks so weird.
It might be a morning actor mask you took a liking to and stole from them. It might be a head accessory you personally sketched in a moment of inspiration. Or it might be something that one day fell from the sky and latched onto your face.
No, it's just, you can tell, to me, the lack of breathing animation here, just, you can tell that it's a lifeless 3D model instead of, there's a lot less life in her, like, existence.
To become a fool, one must experience at least
It looks way
one
more
such
rigid
instance of destiny.
and unnatural.
The moment of masking one's face. Through the mask's eye holes, we gain a different perspective. Finally seeing how the universe is simply churning with endless jokes and the absurd nature of our existence as living beings. The mask is who we want to be. And now, this imposter is more me than I am. Do it! Press the button. Call the nurse and cremate
I love how artificial this is. This is great.
At least then,
Like
imposter
the
will lose
the
her power for a little
dramaticism is
you
like
should be able to take her down easily, right?
the dramaticism of this sequence is so fake and bullshit. It's like it's cheesy almost, and it's so cool.
You're not actually going to press it, right?
Give us a moment to hesitate, to think.
Waiting is torture, you know. You're not doing this on purpose to punish me, are you? Hey, gray hair! Say something!
Frantically mashing buttons. Eh.
Hey! Gray hair! Have you forgotten our friendship? You'll make the button smoke at this rate. Too bad. I I took the battery out of the button earlier while no one watched. It was a test.
Since the fool made her choice, she must have a plan to reclaim. If you dare say no, I'll press this button and let the orbital cannon cremate you for real.
Bruh.
Your sticky little fingers aren't fast enough to steal this battery, are they?
There's a way. There's always a way. Miss Sparkle will definitely take responsibility and work together with everyone to stop Sparksicon.
What's with this applause?
Have we been watched the whole time?
Bravo!
Blazing smile.
That's hilarious!
Yeah, Himiko Street Rat comes out.
So the audience.
What the fuck is Yin? Not Yin. Whatever your name is.
Is this a hospital or a theater?
You know what the sequence is reminding me of a lot? The different endings of Yun Li, yeah, that's her name. The different endings of Layers of Fear 2. There's a handful of really weird endings that you can get in this game. That's the neutral ending. That's the bad ending. It's these really weird, and this is kind of where I was coming from was this idea that it feels so theatrical. That entire sequence felt so theatrical because like it's a similar idea to what happens in the endings.
What's gone is gone. The door is shut and the curtains drawn.
Come on.
The lands that are no longer there. The dreams we did not get to share. When all we love is...
But like the entire point is like at the end of it, it's just a... It's actually a show. You turn around, it's the whole thing. That's kind of what that reminded me of. It's supposed to be a weird twist in context, but you know, whatever. That game was fucking weird. Layers of Fear 2 is a really strange game.
That's life for you. While there's life, there's judgment. In every
I must admit, Fatal Joke is a fascinating place. Real shame I didn't come check.
Ignore the spectators. They're just here for laughs. They won't help and couldn't if they tried.
How do you know?
You said you had a way to stop Sparksy. Let's hear it. What's the plan?
Himiko knows more, yeah, her street smarts are really coming out here.
Anti-sparkle weapon. I've always had this premonition that one day Miss Sparkle would become an unstoppable terror in this universe. Someone has to find a way to stop me before that day comes. On a trip, I met a girl who shared my tastes. She had quite the knack to be a fool.
Is that why Yun Li is
In our
here?
battle of wits, she nearly turned me into sparkle paste using the local tumbleweed specialty. She also had a massive mech with beam cannons up the wazoo, ready to blast away.
No, I was not Yun Li.
I gotta say, you two, let's head to the storage area next.
Can we talk to Yun Li? Why the fuck is she here? Are the actual specimens to play the kitty animals before you didn't expect to run you here in the tavern? It's not obvious I came with Madame Yao's youth trade delegation. Hospital furnishes here and Planet Kitty are amazing. I tried to do okay. Go Bodite? Oh, okay. Oh, it's a combat? What the fuck? Okay. No, I was not expecting a combat of this.
I'll be there. Umbrella in hand. All energized.
How am I getting... How am I getting elation stacks out of this? I'm genuinely confused how I'm getting elation stacks out of this.
Shine for the heroes. Please
I don't have anybody in elation in on my team.
Your time to shine, don't worry, night falls.
For Bobo. Does her Bobo just give you elation stacks? Lucky. But I guess so. I'm not gonna argue necessarily. Boop. Boop. My mouse is doing the thing again. Oh shit, that's a pretty decent chunk. Ba-bum, ba-dum. Okay. Anybody else weird? Need gems? Not really. Oh, that's an enemy. I thought that was a balloon. Not really. I think I have like...
Okay.
I mean, I will always use gems, but like...
Tomorrow, as you wish.
I'm just kind of clearing out stuff. It's weird that you just get elation stacks. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna argue with it, but like, because elation stacks are fucking busted. But it's just weird that it just gives you them passively when you're fighting on Planet Cadia.
May wandering souls find their own way out.
Sparkle dolls. Life cards if you want. I should be good. This is bad news. Something weird is happening to all the students in school. Okay, yeah, no, you have. They're all infected with the meme.
Intel from the school.
The Furbo journalists couldn't find March or Mr. Yang, but they did spot Sparksy taking down the wave mural in the school courtyard.
Oh? That's noteworthy. Looks like Sparksy is busy making preparations too. But why do all this? Never mind her for now. Let's check out the Fool's storage area.
I'm debating if I want to stop here or not. You know what? I will. I'm gonna stop here for the night. I'm a little tired. But yeah. Cool. But thank you guys for tuning in here. Let me just finish clearing stuff out. Clearing notifications out. How many do I even have? Ooh, well, before I do close out, I think what I'll do is I have these 5 extra wishes, or 5 random wishes I just have on hand. Yeah, no problem, Sam. Thank you for popping in. Long time no see. Hi, Hanya. But yeah. Pull out the outgoing. But But yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Always a treat. I for as exhausting as it is, I genuinely am having so much fun streaming this much. I mean, obviously, it's like it's a very important thing that we're streaming for, that we're doing all this for, all the fundraising for. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun streaming that as much as I am, even if it is exhausting. But yeah. Anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in. And I'll see you guys on Thursday for probably Train Game. We'll see what happens. If not Train Game, then just more HSR. So yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will talk to you guys later. So bye bye, y'all.